Hello, and welcome to the My Amazon Guy Friday live Q&A. My name is Noah Wickham. I'm brand director here at My Amazon Guy, and I am here to answer any and all questions that you guys can throw at me today. We have quite a few people in the chat, quite a few questions already lined up for us. For those of you that do not know about My Amazon Guy and you're stumbling across this right now, we are My Amazon Guy. We are a full service, wrong tab, there we go. Full service Amazon marketing agency. We do everything A to Z on Amazon, troubleshooting. We do full catalog management, full design work, SEO, copy, PPC, anything that you can imagine on Amazon, off Amazon, e-commerce related. We're your people for it. So if you have a question related to anything about any of those topics I just mentioned, feel free to throw them in the chat. Even if it's not related, throw it in anyways. Maybe I'll answer it. So let's get started here today. First and foremost, I want to shout out Theo for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, Theo. I always appreciate it. Love seeing that. And let's hop in here real quick. I also saw Mr. John Aspinall saying, I am here first. I win. He is the first LinkedIn comment today. I want to know what is the best tool to use for A/B testing is and how an agency can use it to scale. I think he already knows. My answer here is going to be the best tool out there to use would be PickFu. PickFu is going to be the number one thing that you guys can use. If you guys don't know what PickFu is, I highly suggest that you check it out. PickFu is a software that allows you to get real-time testing of pretty much any images, any copy, anything like that. You can check it out. Go to pickfu.com, or if you go to My Amazon Guy third-party recommended services, we also have a section right at the top here for PickFu, and you can use our coupon code MyAmazonGuy, and you can get a few credits there. So definitely check that out. PickFu is great for doing any and all A/B tests. Constantly use it for main images all the time. Love seeing that. Love seeing you, John. All right, let's up Karen first and foremost. All right. Is it true that when you have a parent with child ASINs, only one child will appear in search results for a given term? Also, any max amount of child ASINs per parent? Any sweet spot for family size? Yeah. So let's answer these in a couple of different ways. So is it true that you are only going to have one of your child ASINs in for any one term? No. You can have your child ASINs in for all terms. So you can have definitely 1, 2, 3, 4 spots in there if you are ranking correctly. The reality is most people think it's only one term because you usually have one child ASIN that is considered a hero ASIN within that parentage. I'm having a bad hair day here. And so with that, you are typically going to, like I said, only have one of those that's really the hero. It's going to be the primary one with all of the products, and that's why it typically is going to seem like that. Secondarily, to your question there, any max amount of child ASINs? Technically, no. You can have as many as you want in there. Would I recommend that? Definitely not. You're going to run out of space and room eventually to kind of show it, and everything will just turn into a list type of parentage. So when you have a list type parentage, it's very rare to get a good amount of sales on all products. And then finally, any sweet spot for the family size depends on what your product is. My personal favorite is try not to go over 5 different variations for any 2 columns. So if you have a dual type of variation of size and color, you want to stick between around 5, can do up to 10. But the biggest thing is you don't want to have it where it looks crowded, it looks messy, and overall it just looks like it's in a bad spot. A great example of this, actually, if we want to just pull up Amazon real quick, a great example of a well put together one would be, and I literally just saw this, and I can't find it today, unfortunately. Here we go. A good example of this would be to do this. Share this for t-shirts. You have your size. You can do a couple here. So obviously we have small all the way up to 5XL. So we're doing under 10 for this, but it's broken out into a nice little size chart. And we only have 5 different colors assortments. So in total here, you're doing, looks like about 12 different variations technically. But the biggest thing there is just make it very clean, very assorted. Nobody wants to have like 20 different things that they have to choose from here. It will definitely hurt your click-through overall and your conversion. Hope that helps, Karen. All right. I would love to pronounce your name. I don't want to butcher it though. So, hello and greetings from Poland. Fantastic part one. Next week, I will be sending the first release of my product to Amazon. Congrats. Currently creating a listening session, and for some reason, I can't find the launch listening. I think you mean listing. Launch date of my product to set. Has Amazon recently made any changes and this field no longer exists, or is there something wrong with me? I don't think there's something wrong with you, but I can guide you directly to it. So when you are looking at a product that is currently inactive and you are going to edit, you are going to want to look for a few different dates. And those are specifically going to be, and let me share this tab, under your essentially all your information for your actual listing. You have a few different things. You have your sale start date, sale end date. That is for your sale price. That is only for the sale price. What you're looking for is offering release date. So your offering release date is when your product is officially offered for sale. So this is the one that you need to be worried about. So you can see for here, we have it on 5/1/2024. The offering release date is the primary one. You also are going to have this merchant release date. So this merchant release date is when you actually can see the product on Amazon. So the merchant release date is the one you might be a little interested in if this is your first launch. But offering a release is the one that really matters for you. Let's see. Misha. Good morning, Noah. Is Amazon Accelerate worth going to? 50-50. I personally have been 2 times, maybe 3, to Amazon Accelerate. I make some great connections when I'm there. It's if you're looking to meet people who actually work at Amazon, it's where you want to meet them. So if you want to try and meet an Amazon rep, a VC rep of some kind or anything like that, it's definitely the place to go to. It's a good show. They live stream a large majority of it. It's like any trade show, though. It's a lot of just networking. That's the biggest thing that you're getting away from it. You get some early access stuff, but the reality is every person who goes to Amazon Accelerate is going to write out a giant blog and everything of all of the different things that Amazon's talking about there anyways. So, it's up to you. Trade shows and just any conference in general, it always just depends on what you're kind of feeling. If you like a little bit more networking with people at Amazon, Accelerate's the one to go to. If you want to have, a little bit more on the actual seller side of things, so a lot of softwares, things like that, I would go to like Prosper Show instead. Question 2 from Misha. How do I kick off random sellers off my Canadian listings? They sell counterfeits. I can't report them because I just filed for Canadian trademark, but it takes 2 years to get it. So if you have trademark even pending, you can still file for brand registry. So if you have a pending brand registry, you can still technically file for counterfeit. And secondarily to that, what you can do, especially with hijackers nowadays, is go ahead and try and purchase the product from them, and make sure you purchase it from them, get it delivered, and then you can open a seller support case, taking pictures of the product compared to your actual product, showing seller support that they are selling counterfeit products. That's if they actually ship. A lot of recent hijackers aren't even actually shipping any products. They're just straight up taking the listing, right? So that's the primary thing that you need to do, is make sure you have the product, you actually purchase it. You can always leave seller feedback on them and report the seller as well. All right, let's go, Steffi. Hey, I bought Helium 10 Premium. Should I use the feature to connect my seller account to Helium? And what are the most important features I use? Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. So the aspect of connecting Helium to your seller account is that it makes it a lot easier to import your products, import your extra sales volume. It connects directly in, so you can actually see all of your product data immediately. You can set up immediate tests to run. You can have indexing and rankings constantly flowing in for them. There is zero downside to connecting your Amazon seller account to your Helium account. As far as the most important features to use, personally, when it comes to Helium, and I'll just open this up so everyone can kind of see here. For me, at the very least, when we're looking at the tools, I am a big fan of just a few of them. So keyword tracker, this is your product rank tracking. So I love this one. This one that I use nearly daily with client accounts. Market tracker, again, competitor intelligence. This one is great when you are trying to do new SEO, understand your competitor market, create new PPC ads, make competitor campaigns, etc. So this is really great. Index checker. This is great, again, for indexing, understanding your overall product indexing and knowing what you need to update from an SEO perspective. That's a really good one. Next, magnet keyword research. It can take it, leave it, just depends. You can pretty much get the same use case out of it from market tracker in some scenarios, but those two together work really well. Your listing analyzer, again, take it or leave it. It's decent, not the best, not the worst in the world, but I don't usually use much when it comes to like Atomic. I don't really use the Amazon or the advertising side of it. If you are a newer person, Black Box is going to be interesting for you just because you can start looking at different products you could sell. But overall, those are kind of the primary ones that I'm going to be using in Helium on any given basis. Last time you recommended delete and relist listings if it's not selling. Can you explain the process step by step? Do I relist with the same title description right away or wait some time? So it's literally the exact process that I've mentioned with delete relist. The only difference here, and it's not so much a delete relist if you're not selling, it's actually a relaunch. So what you're doing is you're actually creating technically a new product, new ASIN, and relaunching the product if you're not selling. We have an entire course on reviving a dead product that I would absolutely check out if you're interested in doing that. You can go to magschool.com for our courses, and you can definitely check them out there. But let me check that. Magschool is mag-school.com. We'll put a little banner up here, but we have an entire course on reviving dead products, sales on Amazon. Let me share this. Yeah, there we go. magschool.com/courses. You can check this out. This one, this is what I would probably look at, Steffi, if you're wanting an exact step-by-step as to how to do it. It's going to be a little bit more complicated than, I could spend probably an hour or 2 hours talking about the entire process here, which unfortunately that's not what we're here to do today. But that being said, again, it's essentially relaunching the entire product under a new UPC, making sure the product is technically a new ASIN, getting the entire honeymoon phase again, going through our actual typical launch course as well. So definitely check that out. Michelle, hello. I have 2 questions about reviews. Question 1, should I request reviews from customers? Absolutely. I always am going to say yes. There's using the features request review under order details. Is there a way to bulk request rather than every order individually? I know Amazon sends auto emails, but it still doesn't help my review count. Yep, 2 ways to do this, Michelle. So number 1 is the way that you're talking about, just click request review. Secondarily, you can actually use a tool like Helium. I'm trying to find where it's at, but Helium, I know, has a review request feature. I'm not a huge fan of Helium's, but what I would recommend is something like Merchant Spring that also has a review request feature that can do all of it in bulk and automate it. There's a few other softwares out there that that's their entire specific purpose, and they'll even do it for like FBM orders as well. So that if you're wanting to get more reviews, that's definitely something I would do. I know, for instance, like Steven doesn't really necessarily think that requesting reviews from customers is really necessary. I'm, in the opposite house where I say, if you can, do it. You might get some negatives in there just because, again, people will see that you requested and they wouldn't have left one, but then they're like, yeah, I am going to leave one. But same logic applies for if they did like the product. So Helium has an option for it. Merchant Spring has an option for it. There's like 5-10 other known softwares that you can pay, $10 a month for that. That's all they do as well. So definitely request reviews if you think it's going to be useful for your product. I'm thinking of adding a QR code directing customers to write a review page. But I need to make sure Amazon would treat it the same as if customers went, they're on their order page and clicked leave a review. So the reviews don't get flagged as suspicious. Thanks so much. every week, without fail, we have this question. I think we are starting to set a trend at this point where every single week this question comes up. And so I think I'll make a video specifically covering everything to do with reviews. That being said, you can request a review from a QR code. Just make sure that all you have to do really is take the leave a review link that you have for your product and leave product feedback and just throw that into the QR code. It doesn't need to be specific for each individual order. It should, if somebody's logged into their Amazon account, it will transfer to that order. Secondarily to that, just make sure you are not incentivizing them to do so. Do not say, hey, leave a review for 10% off or anything like that, or, a free gift or anything, right? So there just needs to be a leave a review. Don't ask for positive reviews. Don't ask for negative. Just leave a review. I'll definitely push something out though, because that's a very frequent topic that I think not many people understand the full breadth of. Let's see here. Pro Hall, always good to see you. I want to offer a free product when purchasing my Hero ASIN. How can they be done without placing the offer within a bundle? So technically, you could do this, I think, through a BOGO. Let me see here. The only thing there is, I believe BOGO's Pro Haul technically still have to be the same product. And if Amazon would load for me, I could probably pull this up for you. So here we go. So if you want Pro Haul, what you can do, and I'll share my tab here, you can go over here, you go to advertising, go to promotions, you can do buy one, get one. And so what you can do purchase at least quantity of one item, then you purchase the item. So select purchase item, ASIN, put your ASIN in, then buyer gets free items, and then you can do additional item and you can do the ASIN here. So if you're wanting to give you still technically have to have the ASIN live of the free item that you're giving them. But that's going to be the way you do that, is just buy one, get one. It's pretty easy promotion. It's not utilized very often, but it is it's hard to kind of tell consumers at the end of the day, hey, this is what you're getting, because you're technically not supposed to say buy one, get one free in your title or anything. So it makes it a little tricky there, but it is something that you can do there if you're wanting to do that without a bundle or anything. Just use the promotion. Also, I need to fix the info on variation. It only displays ounces, I think you meant to say, rather than product name. Do I have to discontinue the variation, then relist it back together? Yeah, so I would just delete the parentage. So straight up just delete the parent, wait 24 hours, it'll turn into child. You can also do this just by deleting the parent out of the actual flat or via flat file upload. So you can do either or. I like the flat file way more just because it usually works better. But you can do either of those. And then, yes, just relist it together with the correct variation title. That's all it is. Thomas. Let's see. Trouble with Hazmat reviews. Oof. And Amazon accepting documents that certify safety. Is there a best practice process and format to fix these? We have CSA cert, but not UL, electrical heating products. I don't know if I've dealt with that specific one. But that being said, and let me just make sure here. So a UL one, I need to update my certification knowledge, obviously. Oh, you're talking about UL testing laboratories. Okay, yeah, so that's not a big deal then. So for CSA, that's fine. You don't necessarily need the UL. From what I know, Thomas, Amazon will accept either or of them. If you're I would want to know what kind of Amazon's saying. There's not a best way or best practice to format and fix them. Make sure if you have a certification, you're uploading it directly to the listing. That is something that you absolutely need. So you can do that just by adding extra documentation and Amazon on the backside of the listing. It'll appear near the very, very bottom of any product that has them. So that's what I would primarily say you need to do there before trying to fix anything else, just because Amazon's going to want you to have that just for consumers, right? Secondarily to that, when you are actually wording and going through the entire process here, just make sure that when you are submitting the actual documentation, that everything matches your business and it matches the product directly. If you have a UPC on your listing that is different, make sure that you get the certification for that same UPC, etc. The biggest thing is Amazon will find any and every loophole to try and just deny you for any claim during times like these. So absolutely something you should take into mind when you are going through it. But overall, it shouldn't be that hard of a hurdle for you. If you want, I'm even more than happy if you send the email over to podcast@myamazonguy.com, shoot over your certification, shoot over your ASIN to us. I'll take a look at and I'll help you kind of format that exact response to them. All right. A little bit of water. I have a giant Fiji bottle today. Gotta stay hydrated out here. All right, Jeffrey. Heard there is a way to utilize your FBM stock to fill subscribe and save orders when your FBA is out. Is this correct? And how is this accomplished? Yeah, this is a new thing that Amazon announced. I'll pull up the little news article thing here, Jeff, and we will go right into it. So let's see. Here we go. So as of yesterday, Amazon is enabling subscribe and save for seller fulfilled orders. So how do you go about it? Same thing, just exactly where you are with subscribe and save. The biggest thing here, Jeff, is make sure you have an FBA listing and an FBM listing. Make sure both of them have subscribe and save enabled, and then you should be able to start fulfilling your FBA subscribe and save with your FBM in times of need. So that's the biggest thing. Just make sure the products in general are set for subscribe and save for both FBA and FBM. You can have the two listing variation there, and then do that. But yeah, Amazon announced this. What was that? 2 weeks ago or so. Just released yesterday, so you can go through, set it up. If you weren't able to set it before when you're trying, the reason is because it wasn't available until yesterday. So that's exactly why. But yeah, it's a cool little feature, nifty. I think it's really nice for FBM sellers to be able to do subscribe and save now. I never understood why they couldn't. The only thing I can imagine is that it's an issue of Amazon doesn't have that much control over it. All right, let's see. Roichi, is the strategy best if I wait to get reviews first via Vine and other sources before launching PPC during Honeymoon, so I'm not wasting PPC funds, or best to start off hitting the ground running? Hit the ground running. I get this question a ton. Hit the ground running. If you wait all the time for PPC, or not PPC, if you wait all the time for reviews to come in before you do PPC, before you start optimizing anything like that, you are going to be waiting a lot of time and wasting a lot of time. Your honeymoon period is not as long as you may think it is. Vine reviews take forever to get in. You are better off trying to advertise a product with 0 reviews whatsoever to get some sales velocity going. Then you are waiting around, and then waiting 6 weeks to get 10 reviews with no sales velocity whatsoever. And now you have no honeymoon phase either, and it does not look good to Amazon. So absolutely hit the ground running with your PPC campaigns. Throw those products into Vine if you want to get some reviews. But just make sure, the biggest thing, you're trying to get sales velocity. You're putting some money out the door for advertising, trying to get some sales in the door. Hopefully those people also leave reviews on the product. But definitely better to get started quickly and efficiently with it than to just wait around for it. Ying. I created 10 variations on Canada Marketplace. After 5 hours, these parent variations became same ASIN. Okay. In the buyer page, all of the child SKUs mixed together. Seller support couldn't fix them. So it sounds like you messed up your parentages. So the 2 parent variations. So you don't have parent variations. You have parents. So you have 2 different parents, I'm guessing, that you're having issues with, and each of those parents had child SKUs under them. So it sounds like essentially Amazon tried to mix and merge your two parents, and then all the child's under one, what I would do, delete the parentage. So just straight up delete the parent product, wait 24 hours for all the children to be back on their own again, submit a flat file for one single parentage, wait 24 hours for all of those children to go onto that parentage, and then submit a flat file again for the second parentage, wait 24 hours for all of those to go under that parentage, and you should solve your problem that way. Sure, ASINs can merge sometime, especially if you're doing a lot of different parentage, a lot of different anything like that all at once. There's bound to be some issues. It's also why flat files are a lot nicer than using like the variation wizard. Hate the variation wizard. But yeah, that's all you need to do there. Deleting the parentage is probably the most important part of that. You can do that via flat file. You can do it on Amazon side. Flat file is more consistent, but either way. Oh, we got all sorts of people coming through. Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Hello, Noah. Hey. Hi, sir. How's it going? Hamza. How to deal with issues related to brand registry when Amazon suddenly revokes your brand registry rights. Can't. You can't, unfortunately. This is actually the exact thing that Stephen Pope, owner, founder of my Amazon guy, it's the exact thing he's dealt with on his store, is that Amazon revoked his brand registry and he had a bunch of hijackers all of a sudden. He couldn't do nothing. It sucks, but it happens. There's not really much you can do. You can appeal with Amazon to try and get your brand back. That's really all you can and should do there. But when it comes to having your brand registry access revoked, you gotta appeal there before you can do anything else. You can't do anything with the brand if it's revoked. So unfortunately, that's just the case there. You always want to make sure, if it's because like your USPTO ended up getting denied, instantly file for a new brand, because you are not going to get that other brand back. You're just not. It doesn't really work that way. Amazon, yes, allows you to file brand registry with a pending USPTO, but that risk also comes that if you get denied from USPTO, your brand is essentially useless on Amazon brand registry. Maria. Hi, Noah. I'm looking into a program that can help advertise our items on Google and send that traffic to Amazon. Any idea? Reach out to us. I'd be happy to talk to you through it. It's something that we've been handling for clients before. Definitely something I'd be open to. Anyone can talk to you about on our end. Reach out to us. We'd be happy to. But if you're looking for like a software or something, I'm not super positive on any good softwares or anything like that. But if you're looking for an agency or a partner or anything, reach out to us. Happy to help. Jaleel, I have 10 products that all have a 1, 2, and 3 pack listing. All are in Vine, and I want to variate them after, but not all 30 have been claimed. When is the best time to variate so that I don't? Once all 30 are claimed. You need to wait until all 30 are claimed and all reviews are in before you push them to variation or parentage, I should say. So just wait it out. It's going to take some time. Usually, once all 30 are claimed, you'll have all your reviews within 30 days after that. And then you can just push them into a parentage. So wait it out a little bit longer, see if you can get some claims in there, and then boom, you're off to the races. Because look, that sounds great. That sounds like you're going to have 90 reviews right off the bat. Awesome. That's going to set you up for some great success. Make sure you're running some ads right now to get some sales velocity as well. Mess with each listing. It's getting 30 reviews. Yep, exactly. Awesome. User NH8. Okay. With a cat in a little suit. Okay. I'm creating a listing where I have analysis, all the necessary keywords, but now the bullet point should be created from scratch. So how do you guys create bullet points? Do you use AI or tools? Both. So we have internal people who can do copywriting. We call them Amazon specialists. They do more than copywriting, but it's one of the things they are really good at. With the advent, I should say, of like ChatGPT, that's definitely helped. So we have a very specific process internal with using ChatGPT. We do not upload just ChatGPT bullet points to Amazon, because usually there's a lot of issues there. There's an entire QA process, but there's a few steps you have to take before that. So specifically, you need to use a tool like Jungle Scout, Helium, Data Dive to understand your keywords. So again, we were talking about Helium, what some of the best tools on Helium are a little bit earlier. When you are looking in Helium, you can do a couple of things here. So for instance, magnet keyword research. This is going to help you a lot with understanding what keywords you should be utilizing on your product, as well as the keyword tracker for understanding where you're currently standing when it comes to keywords, right? So definitely use tools like that to get the keywords that you should want. And then you can, if you're not great at copywriting, use something like ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help make some great bullet points. You have to be very specific with what you're trying to do. And you still want QA. Make sure you don't have any, prohibited keywords or just straight up false lies in there as well. The QA is really the important part, and understanding the brand and the product identity is really important as well. So it's a large mix, to say the least. Richie, can you be a seller and work at My Amazon Guy in any role/position? Yeah. We have a lot of people who own brands on Amazon here. We don't really have restrictions on people owning their own brand. It's almost encouraged, I should say. So if you have one, just disclose that you have one. That's the only thing typically. But yeah, absolutely. We have tons and tons of people, tons of our brand managers, brand directors, everyone has a brand. I mean, it's weird almost to work at a place like My Amazon Guy and not at least try and dabble in the idea of starting your own brand, So it is definitely allowed, almost encouraged. Hi, Noah. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Viper. Always good to see you. Does deleting your listing remove hijackers that are on it? No. So deleting your listing is something that you can do on the back end of your Seller Central account. So when you delete a listing, you're not actually deleting it, right? So you're not removing that listing from the Amazon marketplace, so to speak. So all you are really doing at that point is deleting it from your catalog. Whereas in ASIN like a listing is the dependent thing on Amazon. So if you have a product, let's say that you are no longer selling on anymore, and you want to get all of these, hijackers or resellers or anything off the listing, your best bet is to actually remove as much information from the listing. So remove the title, bullet points, description, everything, all the way down to like just a single product photo and like a single, couple word title, and make it a real crappy product photo and, essentially make it so no one can find the product. That is the only real way you can stop hijackers on a listing that you're no longer, interested in selling on, is just, you own the listing, right? You're in control of it. So that's what you can do. But you can't like officially delete it, when other people are selling, I should say. So, Mr. Solo, how to remove reviews that are violating the policy? It's super easy, actually. So if you go to, where is it? Performance Feedback Manager. They give you the option to remove any feedback and whatnot that it, is about that. So you can go perform. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. Sorry. Let me share this real quick for you, Mr. Solo. Again, just go Performance Feedback Manager, brings you here. This is where all your feedback is. You can see order IDs. It's supposed to have 2 sprays, but only has 1, whatever, etc. You can remove anything that is, violating. So super easy. It's not hard. You just choose the option. So contact customer, post reply, request removal. Just request the removal if it's violating in some way. Dunzler. Hello. Recently, I've seen a video on career connections on the Amazon Ads platform. As a seller, do not see the option to do so via Amazon Ads platform as shown in the video. How can I register? Oh, you were watching my video on it, huh? So you can send a message into seller support to try and get access. So when you send a message into seller support, to get access. There's something in particular that you can do, and I think I actually made a post on this recently. If maybe not, I don't know. So there's something specific you can do where essentially if you tell seller support that you are already working with other like influencers or anything on the platform, it usually will help you get access. Here it is. So this is something I posted a little while back, had made. So how to get quick access career connections. This question was asked a couple of weeks back. These are just random things. If you guys ask a question here, I might make a post about it. All you have to do really, again, is just essentially say you're working with influencers on the marketplace or on a marketplace already. You want to be able to get access to career connections. That usually expedites the process. They'll keep denying you because it's still technically beta, even though they say that it's fully released now. It's not. So the only time that I would say you will have issue here is if you have a product that is already not allowed on Amazon. So that's the only thing. But yeah, it's super easy thing on there to check out. Viper. How can I check returns of a product? Yeah, that's one. So this one, you can go, let me share my screen here again for you, Viper. Head on over to returns. You can go to manage returns. So a few different things with manage returns. So what I would do is you can actually just do by ASIN and you can check all of the returns for a product there. You can also check out your reports here as well. And you can do view returns performance. We can go to the returns performance dashboard, which gives us an analysis of just understanding of returns. This isn't by an ASIN level, I should say. This is in general. And this is also seller fulfilled, not FBA. Secondarily to that as well, I believe if we go on over to, which is it? Let's try leave this. I think there is a new option for managing FBA returns. If I can find it here, might be under analytics. No, I'll have to find the FBA returns dashboard here for you, Viper, in a minute. But oh, here it is. I'm just blind and can't read apparently today. This is the secondary area that would check Viper. So if you just go to the inventory and then go to your FBA, you can click any of these and then FBA returns or inventory FBA returns. This is the secondary area that I would check. It'll give you a ton of information on essentially all of your FBA returns. You can check your FBA returns report. So, check this out as well. Definitely a great place to look for all of your return stuff. And then again, the other place for like FBM, you can do manage returns, and that will let you look at an ASIN by ASIN level of returns. Laser, 1 of 3. Ooh, okay. I have an Amazon PPC account with the following metrics: 6 ASINs, 30K monthly revenue, 50% ACoS, 26.41% tacos. Ooh, your organic is hurting. 41.64 ad sale ratio, 5.54 ad. Okay. 11% profit margin. Where should I start to improve them? Okay. I've identified the best performing keyword targets, which account for 38.63% of all ad spend. They run at 39, blah, blah, blah. So you can take out the keywords, place it into new campaigns with top search modifier, or perhaps I should just increase their bids and leave as it is. They are all crowded campaigns. What would you say is best approach? I would not have a crowded campaign first and foremost. It sounds like you have a really high tacos. Really high tacos, for those that don't know, means that you are not getting any organic traffic. You are just focused on pretty much ad traffic. So 41% means that, your tacos is 26%, I believe. Anyhow, either way, that's pretty high tacos for aggressive growth right now. So if you are trying to grow aggressively, I suppose that's fine. I would still, be a little hesitant there. What I would probably start on, if you have crowd campaigns, break out your top performers. So keep your top performing keywords in campaigns. stick with no more than 5 to 1 campaign, break out everything else into their own campaigns. This is going to let you get a little bit more granular data when it comes to the actual keyword performance of each individual one, and you'll start to see things bounce down from there. So a lot of times with campaigns, especially ones that are overcrowded with keywords, you'll see that there are keywords that aren't performing whatsoever, and it's because they aren't really getting any of the budget allocated to them laser. So that's where it kind of sounds like your issue is. It's a little hard to identify just from all of these different metrics without knowing any of the keywords, without knowing the product, knowing what you're actually trying to accomplish. But what I would probably start again is breaking out your campaigns a little bit more if they're overcrowded. If you're running at a 9.26 conversion rate, that's really good. It's a good conversion rate. You know your keywords. It's not the best conversion rate, but it's good, especially for Amazon. From a profit margin, 11%, that's good. Your ad sale ratio, you're fine there. Your ACoS, your tacos, again, is the only thing that's concerning to me. I don't like being over around a 20% tacos, 25 like max. And that's for like aggressive growth. So focus a little bit more in on your organic side, try and see what's going on there as to what is causing that. But everything else looks fine. My thing, the place that I would try and look at is, are you going for long-term aggressive growth? Which if you are, I think you're in a good spot. If you're trying to gain a little bit more profitability, you need to pull back and need to focus in on organic a little bit more. Sounds like advertising is kind of the only thing that's driving you right now. All right. Roichi, how is it that some listings have how many units sold under listings and some don't? Amazon decides. It's also wrong. Don't believe it. The reason I say that is because I'm looking at clients' products. I'm on their accounts all day long. I have seen clients where it says 200 plus underneath their listing, and I can tell you for a fact that they only sell like 50 a day. Maybe some days they'll hit 200 or something, but yeah, it's not true. It's not right. I don't know why Amazon does it. I think it's supposed to like entice more purchases of products. There isn't really a clear defined metric from Amazon as to why they do it. In my opinion, it's kind of annoying because it's not really super fair. And for those that don't know what he's talking about, I want to see if I can actually find a product with it. But yeah, here it is. Like, it's a great example. Like here, 100 plus bought in the past month, 2K plus bought in the past month. Let's see, 100 plus, 2K plus. Like, especially for one like this, I mean, when you're seeing some of these, and like this one, 700 plus bought in the past month, but it has 133,000 reviews. That's an insanity, really. And same thing with like the 2K plus bought in the past month, but only 1,000 reviews. That's an awful review velocity. Like if they're doing 2K sales a month, and so that's where essentially don't believe it too much. It's a general metric, I think, more than anything, Richie. It's not something that can be controlled. Amazon decides it. It's not like you can say, and it's also not always accurate. I would almost promise you on a lot of these, if you click into them, you start looking at like the Helium data behind them, you're going to very quickly see that like, these are probably not actually selling 2K plus a day or something. It's just not how it works. Anyways, Gindor, hello Noah, how's it going? For a product with personalization, how would you construct the main image? I tried to launch my product by PPC, and for now I just have a few clicks and no orders for now. Thanks. If you mean like customization, that really depends. 1 second. All right. So for custom products, I'm going out of focus here. It'll refocus itself eventually. So for custom products, Skindor, the primary thing that you need to be looking at with your main image is, what are you trying to display? So if you are trying to display like a specific color, if you're trying to display, it really depends. How do you customize the actual product? Like that's where the actual customization, what the image is going to come into place. So if I do custom coffee mug on Amazon right now, you can get some decent ideas here. So you can do things like this, where if you are doing text, for instance, you can do, your text, your name here. You can do a picture, so random pictures. So what you are going to do for your customization is going to largely decide how you construct your main image. You need to make a main image that conveys the fact that they can customize the product. That's what really matters. Don't do something lame like this. I do like the pack of 10 thing. That's nice, but don't do something lame like this where it's just like a box. It's weird. Nonetheless, but this is a great example, Gindor. It really just depends, one, on what your product is, two, how you're customizing it. If you're doing like a custom color, you can definitely, customize with different like styles of mugs or whatever it is, right? But you just have to display the fact of, this is my product. You can customize it in X way and relate that to the person in some way, shape, or form. How do you create bullet points from scratch? Do you use AI or any tool? I think I already answered this question, didn't I? I did. Did I? I did. Yeah. Okay. How do some listings under a brand have the bold brand name above the title, and some of the listings don't? How do you set up listing to make sure each agent has brand name in bold above the? Rochi, you're asking me all the questions today of Amazon Decides. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for a lot of your questions, but that is a strictly Amazon deciding thing. Again, it's not something that you really get a choice on. Amazon is flip-flopping on whether or not they even want brand name in the title. I'm always going to tell you, if your brand name has any search velocity whatsoever, put it at the beginning of the title. Amazon may decide to take it out of there and make it bold above it. That's up to Amazon. Unfortunately, it's not a choice of the actual seller. But if you don't have search velocity, put your brand name at the back of your title. If you really want it in there, that's the only real thing I'll tell you there. Without having to add it in the title, you don't have to add your brand name into the title. If you do want to have your brand name in that position, you probably have to have it in the title. But for the most part, you don't have to have brand name, especially if you don't have search volume. Don't add your brand name. I'm confused with all the release dates when setting up listing. Can you please share with me each of these mean, please? For example, do I set sale start date at the same day as offering release date? No. So let me find this for you. Let me open this up for you real quick, Roichi, and I will do a little play-by-play on what each one of these mean. Actually, this is perfect because right below, I get this question so often, Roichi. They're right below the Career Connections post that I made. I also have this one. So there's this little graphic you can check out as well at any point in time. So what's the difference here? Launch date, the date the product first available for Amazon on purchase. Launch date is the merchant launch date. Release date, the official date of pre-order product becomes available to the public. That means that is the day in which your listing is actually live on Amazon. This is when you can actually see the listing on Amazon. Offer date, the start date of specific promotion or discount. So if we go back to the product from earlier and use this as reference, Roichi again, offer release date. That is when this sale price that I enter. So if I enter $5 here and a start date and end date, offering release date, that is when you are having, the sale date is when you are having it on there. Offering a release date is when your offer is available for purchase on Amazon. Again, merchant release date. This is when your product is actually released to the public. They can see it. They can't buy it at offering a release date is not available as of yet. I hope this makes sense. It's very confusing. The big things to just know at the end of the day is that honeymoon phase starts when your product is live on Amazon. That's what it comes down to. That's what most people usually look at. Let's see here. Rochi again. Would that mean offering price needs to be the same price as sale? No. So sale price is different. So sale price is different than offering price. And what is merchant release date? Okay, so you were just kind of following up questions from earlier. Yep. So let me know, Roche, if all of that kind of made sense and if that explained it. What are things we should check in the account while buying from anyone? I don't know what you mean there, Bilal. Unfortunately, when buying from anyone, what are things we should check in the accounts? I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't understand the question. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's word improperly. Somebody might know what is going on here. But when you're buying a product from someone, you don't have to check anything. Make sure you're checking that the product you want to buy is correct. I don't know, unfortunately. Let's see here. What's happening here? Live Q&A for Amazon. Happens every Friday. Welcome. And if Roichi, if I'm starting off as a sale price, what should list price be if ideally I want it to be $34.99 eventually, but starting off at $17.99. Same thing, Roichi, $34.99. Throw your list price there, you'll be good to go. If I'm trademarked under one class with brand registry and sell that class, but later decide to also sell a product in a different class, will brand registry still give me protection under the new ASIN, even if I'm not trademarked under that class? Or brand registry only protects what is trademarked for? No, brand registry protects your brand. So this is a very common misconception that people have about brands and brand registry. So when you are filing for a trademark, yes, you are technically filing for a category that you are selling in. That is for the idea of the trademark. But still on Amazon, if you have a product under that brand and is being sold by that brand, you are still technically protected. Now, if you were to get into some form of off Amazon trademark, lawsuit policy, anything like that, yeah, you're going to have some issues. But on Amazon, if it is under that brand, you're golden. You're still good there. How do hijackers take the listing without selling anything? How does that happen? What do you do if you are brand registered but trademark pending? So what they're actually doing there is they're trying to work with seller support and essentially reverse engineer seller support to convince them that the brand is theirs. And the listing is supposed to be their ASIN as well. So they do this by trying to consistently, Rochi, upload new information and try and change the brand name via Amazon's own systems. They're really good. It's kind of like reverse psychology, but it's just, reverse engineered as to using seller support in their favor of trying to take over the listing. It's another reason why seller support kind of sucks, because sometimes they let it happen. How to create SKU for products. SKU, okay, so this is actually an interesting question that I love answering. There's a couple of different things on Amazon that people need to know. We have technically four different key identifiers for a product on Amazon. So if I am on this listing right now, and I will zoom in for everyone just so we can see here. If I am on this listing and there is this product right here, we have three identifiers right in this section that I can show you. We have our SKU. SKU is an identifier that is unique to every single seller. You get to decide your SKU. It is internal to your business only. It matters not whatsoever to Amazon what your SKU is, because SKU is specifically for you to identify a listing in your own catalog. Listing ID. Your listing ID is a unique identifier from Amazon. So this is different from your SKU. Same thing with ASIN. Now, ASIN is the actual product identifier. So all products on Amazon have an ASIN and is the specific product identifier that Amazon uses. The fourth type here would be FN SKU code, which also is a unique identifier on Amazon for seller to ASIN. It usually starts with an X, but I hope that kind of answers your question there. Roichi, how much is Mag School? Is it a fee per course or is there a price for all of it? Good question, Roichi. There's a few different ways to go about it. So what I would suggest you do is you can go to Mag School. We do courses. Oh, hit my mic. So we do courses. at Mag School. So each of these is a cost per course. So you can check them out. Just it's a la carte. So it depends on what you want to learn. Most courses are $100. Some are $1,000 for really, in-depth ones. Some are $250. Go check them out. They're fantastic. Secondarily to Mag School as well. If you want to come on over to our website, myamazonguy.com, click on this SOP section here. And we got a few other different areas. So we have the actual academy. We have our brand manager playbook. It's all of our different strategies. And then we also have all of our brand SOPs. So that's all the different ways. All of that is a la carte on its own. So courses, yes, you can't really buy everything all at once. Unfortunately, well, you can. And if you do buy everything all at once, we will likely give you a really, really good deal. If you want to buy every single one of our courses, or even just a handful of them, we usually can, cut you a deal. So it has to say concluded. What is this in reference to? What was your previous one, Jahil? I have 10 products. Yes, Jahil. For Vine, yes, it has to say concluded. Michelle, hey, one question. Is there a way, maybe through Helium, to figure out what strategy for SEO my competitor is using? Because every time they launch new products, they are higher in ranking. Thank you. I think I answered this last week or the week before, Michelle. What I would do there, Michelle, is I would look at specifically the market tracker section for competitor intelligence. That's going to be number one. And then secondarily, few different things you could do here. You could use the keyword tracker, magnet, and index checker for your products to get not for your products, for their products to get an understanding of exactly what it is they are ranking on and what keywords they are using. But what it kind of sounds like here is that more so than Helium, Michelle, what I would do is I would head on over, if I were you, to myamazonguy.com / recommended third-party services. Check out Data Dive because Data Dive is going to get you a direct comparison of those competitors and where they are ranking comparatively to you for keywords. It's a little bit better and a little bit easier to utilize than Helium when it comes to keyword ranking for a competitor side of things. So I would definitely check out Data Dive. I think that's going to be more up your alley for what you're trying to do here. Mar, I've been editing my listing pre-launch, all 5 of my variations manually. Images, position, product title, and about this item. Sometimes it goes through, sometimes it doesn't. Planning to launch a week before Prime Day. Any advice about Prime Day for newly launched products? So to answer your previous thing, Mar, use a flat file. Use a flat file. If you aren't uploading any changes or anything via flat file, that's Amazon's system sucks trying to change anything on the back end. So always try and do a flat file when possible. It's going to be the easiest way to go about it. And then planning a launch week before Prime Day. Any advice about Prime Day for newly launched product? It's probably the best time you could do it if you're really going to launch a product. You're already in your honeymoon phase. You can pump a ton of money into advertising. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, sure, but pump a ton of money into advertising. Hope that, with the 8x to 12x increase in purchases that people are making on Prime Days, that you go through the roof. That's the biggest thing, Mara, is just it's going to be like a regular launch for you. I wouldn't focus too much on the fact that it's Prime Day, outside of the fact of maybe run some Prime exclusive discounts here and there and, really pump up your advertising. But no, nothing major. Do you deal with reinstating Amazon account? Not necessarily. I mean, we can take a look at it. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to go to our website and just do contact. More than happy to take a look at it. Our team can see if it's something we'll be able to handle. It depends on why your account is not your account is suspended. If your account's suspended because you majorly broke Section 3 or something, no, probably not. But if it's suspended because you need to, update your user data or your banking information. There's a million different things as to why an account can be suspended. So just depends. Reach out to us. More than happy. You can also, if you want, just shoot an email to podcast@myamazonguy.com. We'll get you set up with someone to talk through it. Roichi, what has to happen for your brand registry to be revoked aside from not getting approved via trademark office? What other things would happen for that revoke? The trademark is the primary thing. Roichi, the other areas that can happen is if like you have some form of actual infringement on your trademark. A lot of times also, especially if you're like still in the pending stage, but you haven't had, and you end up getting your trademark revoked, that is usually due to someone else on Amazon having a similar enough trademark that they are coming against you for trademark infringement. So I've seen it where, an example, someone has the trademark Barks, but someone has the someone has a pending trademark for Barks toys, right? And Barks will end up saying, "Hey, this is infringing on my trademark." Amazon will take the approved trademark infringement more seriously than the pending one. So if that's the case, that's a time in which you can have it revoked. Other reasons would be just, generally breaking terms of service with Amazon. It really depends, but on each case and each scenario. But those are some of the like more common ways in which I see it happen. Let's see. You actually gave it. Reason for reinstatement. Documents modified to include ASIN in error, but then original documents were submitted. Have you dealt with reinstatements? Best course of action. Thanks. Yeah, so this is actually something we can help with. I would definitely reach out to us if you want. We definitely can help with it. It depends on what documents you are trying to submit. I will tell you right now, if you have a supplement brand and you are trying to, or you submitted documents that were modified in some way, shape, or form for that supplement, and then tried to resubmit, original documents or anything like that, you may be out of luck. I don't want to say that, or I want to say that in the loosest way possible, just from the aspect of we have gotten some that have gotten reinstated, but by and large, Amazon did a couple of months ago a sweeping ban across all of supplement category for anyone who's ever submitted an altered document. And they have been very, very, very scarce in handing out reinstatements to those people. My personal opinion is whenever this happens, usually Amazon is probably caught in some form of lawsuit or something like that due to the issue. And some VP up high is like sweeping ban of everyone, no reinstatement, and no ifs, ands, or buts, right? So, we can definitely try and take a look and see if we can help you. If it is the supplement thing, you might be SOL, unfortunately, but always happy to try and see what we can do for you. Viper, I received mail from an Amazon seller about a product I bought asking for reviews. How do they get my address? They are offering gift cards in exchange for reviews. From an Amazon seller about a product I bought asking for reviews. So, Viper, the question I would ask you is, did they buy did you buy the product FBM or FBA? Because if it was FBM, of course they'll have your address. You bought the product, they sent the product to you. If it was FBA, that's a different scenario. I would not really know. It could also just be fake at the end of the day. A lot of people sometimes also, there's like the whole review manipulation thing where people send out, just get a bunch of random addresses and just send product out to it and be like, oh, review our product. So it could just be that. There's a variety of reasons here, Viper. Unfortunately, I don't have an exact answer for you. Nabiel, I've been busy with Amazon and want to gain traction from TikTok. What's the best way to get creators? Work with creators from the creator platform on TikTok. So they have a specific creator marketplace. The best way to do it, especially if you're just getting started, work with micro creators, 10K followers and under. Go forward from there. But it's going to cost you roughly 150, 250 bucks per video. And an affiliate link of some kind. It should be that easy. But the TikTok creator marketplace is huge. There's literally millions of people on it. So find somebody, use them. Trigardi. Our images have been copied and being used on another listing. Currently not brand registered. Filed copyright claim and was denied. What are the next steps? Will continuing to appeal hurt my account? It won't hurt your account, Trigardi, but what I will tell you is that filing copyright claim on Amazon without a brand is pretty much not useful. They're not going to do anything if, that you can't prove you have copyright of the images. That's the unfortunate part of it. You can file it with seller support, let them know that they're essentially selling a fake product. That's another thing, report them for selling a fake product because it's not the product being shown in your pictures. But unfortunately, without brand, there's not much you can do. Where can I learn technique on how to keep ACoS down? Is there a course on using most efficient PPC launch to have best optimization of keywords while keeping ACoS low? Yeah, we do actually have several advertising courses that you can take. Feel free to look at those. Again, magschool.com/courses. What I would do is take our PPC course. But before that, Richie, we have a weekly PPC live podcast that you can watch hours and hours and hours of footage from that talks about this exact thing. We have hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel that you're on right now, talking about PPC and ACoS and everything. So, definitely go for the PPC course. It's going to be your best way to get the information, just like directly what you need, but also follow that up with supplementary content that we have. Why should I use an agency for Amazon management when I can hire a full-time in-house specialist? It's a great question. We get that kind of question pretty frequently. The difference between a in-house specialist and agency is a few-fold. So first off, an in-house specialist is not going to be able to do every single thing. You cannot be a person who can design, excellently. Like for instance, I am awful at design, right? I understand what design looks like on a perfect Amazon listing to a T and can explain it to someone. But if you put Photoshop in front of me and try and get me to create it, I will create you hot garbage. So that's a great example right there. Design, understanding every aspect of the entire platform, handling the entire account. It also just depends on account size, right? But by and large, the biggest reason is that look at an agency as a think tank. When you are hiring someone like my Amazon guy, for instance, you are not just hiring, an individual brand manager or an individual project manager or even an individual advertising specialist, etc. You are essentially hiring the agency's collective knowledge, right? We, for my Amazon guy, we are essentially a think tank where we are in our, Slack channels internally all day long, talking to each other about Amazon things. If there is a problem on the account, you are not getting just one person or two people or three people thinking about how to solve the problem. You are getting hundreds of people looking at and thinking of how to solve that problem. It's just the collective knowledge. One single individual who's an in-house specialist, sure, you can say they can spend more time or they might have more dedication towards a certain brand or anything, but the actual knowledge aspect of an agency compared to any individual is difficult to say. I mean, even Steven, for instance, you can't do as much. Steven can do a lot, and Steven is such a smart guy when it comes to Amazon, but even he can, comparatively from like just Steven to all of my Amazon guy probably could not compare when it comes to like managing brands and whatnot. So just that aspect of things, right, is having that collective knowledge and the ability to do so many different areas of Amazon all at once. That also goes because I know for a fact that Steven's hardest thing is that he also sucks at design like I do. He is no designer with Photoshop. So, Gindor, thanks for your reply. No problem. In addition, I customize through engraving surface text/picture. In my case, for Slate, I have engrave. I am customizable to make it obvious. Any opinion? That's great. Make sure if you have anything else, add a little badge onto it just to fully explain what the actual item is. So like, for instance, if it is Slate, just add a little badge that's like, say, slate of X hardness or something like that. Like you, if you were looking for a change. thanks, Sheepville. I appreciate that, but I think I also just talked my way out of that, and I am very happy here in my role at my Amazon guys. So not looking for any change. Viper FBA. What are you talking about, Viper? It was the exact product I had, or the exact product I bought had the image of the product. It was kind of creepy. I don't know. If it was FBA, I don't know, Viper. It is kind of creepy. You're not supposed to be able to technically see that. I mean, yeah, I suppose. Let me look. I think you technically can see. No, you can't. You can't see any form of address for those. So I'm not positive as to how they would have gotten it. I guess maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of creepy, I will say. Unfortunate, kind of creepy. Thank you, Noah. It is not supplements document that were altered, but do have the original of every document. However, screenshots of emails since log replies were gathered in PDF files and sent. Yep, just reach out to us. Happy to help with that. That's definitely something we can do and troubleshoot for you. It'll probably be just 5 troubleshooting hours. We'll have our team work on it and go from there. Business cat again. Hello. The soft talk, but using the listing image where we could try to make people laugh at it. Is it worth it? Not for it depends on product. Is your product silly? Is it supposed to be silly? Okay, then yeah, you could try and make the you could try and make it kind of, silly or whatever. But no, I mean, it depends on the product. Like if you have a fart spray, yeah, make your fart spray kind of silly as an image. If you have a briefcase, no, it's product dependent there. Business cat. I'm sorry, Sheepville. Live, and that is the last comment. I think we'll call it there today, guys. A couple of minutes earlier than we normally would wrap up, but it's been a great live today. You guys have been great. Nabiel, are you guys going to do an ASIN reviews live again? Yes, we are going to be doing an ASIN review live again. I don't have exact dates for you. I might be doing it. I might have another one of our brand directors do it. We will keep you guys informed. If you guys want to check out, go to LinkedIn, follow my Amazon guy on LinkedIn, follow Stephen Pope, follow me on LinkedIn. One of us will post about when we are doing another ASIN live review. That being said, let's wrap up here, guys. Great day today. You guys had a ton of really good questions. Loved all of that. Had some funny ones as well there, Sheepville. But just kicking off here. Again, we are My Amazon Guy. Go check us out our website. For those who are wondering, check out our services. We do full service management for Amazon. So anything A to Z, whether it's advertising, whether it's optimization for the listing, we do troubleshooting, design, etc. We are an agency, so we do everything as explained a couple minutes earlier. Secondarily, check out SOPs tab if you're interested in any of our SOPs. You can also go there to check out all of our courses, where it essentially shows everything A to Z as well. We have a ton of different courses. We offer free audits. If you're looking for a job, we offer any job, and we're constantly hiring. Please feel free to apply. More than happy to go in there, and as well as internships. We offer paid internships. Not many places do that, but definitely check out for paid internships. And then finally, if you're looking for one-on-one time, is for you, Sheepville, since you were curious, check it out. You can book some time with me. You can book some time with John. You can email Steven if you want to. Check it out. We do coaching, just one-on-one stuff. And if you are looking to just follow, go to LinkedIn and follow My Amazon Guy on LinkedIn. It's this one with the spaces. If you want to follow me, I am just Noah Wickham on LinkedIn as well. And that is our Friday live Q&A. I don't think we will have this next Friday. I might just be here. It's holiday week, but either way, we will post some stuff to let you guys know if we'll be here next week or not. So hope everyone has a great weekend and week, and happy holidays. And Prime Day has been announced for July 16th and 17th. So put it on the calendars and get ready. Thank you, everybody.